Hello and welcome to Let's Review. Well, it's almost time. In less than a month, we will have a new Star Wars film, and frankly, I'm just really hoping that it doesn't suck. Until then, it seems like a pretty good opportunity for me to talk about some of the many Star Wars games I own. Which means, of course, it is time to once again... Oh god, I swear this thing's getting heavier. Go digging in the crate. I own quite a lot of Star Wars games of one variety or another, but since I've been in a bit of an RTS mood recently, let's talk about Empire at War. You couldn't talk about a good Star Wars game? What's wrong with Empire at War? I mean, apart from all the things that are wrong with it, obviously. You might want to run that sentence past your brain one more time. Why? Life's so much more fun when I don't. As he rather unsubtly implied, Empire at War has problems. Quite a lot of them, if I'm being honest. However, I probably should actually give you a rundown of what it contains. Set in the years in the lead up to the original film, the game allows you to play as either the Rebellion or the Empire in the run-up to and the actual Battle of Yavin from the original film. And of course, if you play as the Empire, you actually get to see the alternate what if they had won ending. Yavin 4 explodes and everyone dies? Yeah, pretty much. The story really is nothing to write home about, largely because it's stuff any EU fan already knows. So we should probably just move on to the gameplay. That breaks into two segments, space and ground. And the ground combat is by far the weaker. While it does let you play with some fairly iconic Star Wars stuff, AT-ATs in particular get a fairly sizable fanfare when they turn up, your tactics will never really evolve beyond getting a bunch of troops together and just throwing them at the enemy. And in all honesty, the space combat kind of has the exact same problem, but in a slightly different way. Meaning? Meaning that a task force of 25 Y-Wing squadrons can obliterate absolutely anything that the Empire throws at you. All you have to do is swarm their capital ships. There is absolutely no defense against it. And as a result, the space combat is actually shockingly easy if you're playing as the Rebellion. To be fair though, this game does also include hero units, characters from the EU and from the films that can operate either on the ground, in space, or in some cases, both. And now I have a mental image of Darth Vader flying through space unaided. Well, of all the characters in Star Wars, who else could pull that off? Look, obviously, heroes fly appropriate ships in the space combat, so Darth Vader has his TIE Fighter, Han and Chewie have the Falcon, and so on. All of this makes perfect sense to me, and I'll admit, playing with the hero units can be a lot of fun, particularly when you do something silly like throwing Kyle Katarn up against General Veers' AT-ST. A 22.5-meter war machine against a man armed with a gun and a beard. Katarn wins, doesn't he? Well, duh, he's Kyle Katarn. There's a reason why people call him the Chuck Norris of the Star Wars universe. Because he's massively homophobic? No. I don't think it's ever come up, but I honestly can't see Kyle Katarn giving a damn about someone's sexuality. There is also a galactic mode to this game, which allows you to see the planets you've conquered and manage your forces and that kind of stuff. In all honesty, it's fine. It's just very simple. And really that sums up a lot of this game's biggest problems. It's too oversimplified. This could have been one hell of a Star Wars RTS, but instead it's merely okay. Ah yes, there's the enthusiasm that really gets us through these shows. It's weird. In all honesty, I do like this game, even though it is just very average. And in all honesty, that probably is because it is a Star Wars game, and it does absolutely nail the look and the sound of the various units that it's replicating. But the gameplay itself is just very, very average. It did get a full expansion pack entitled Forces of Corruption, but honestly that changes up enough stuff that I think I'm going to donate an entire episode to that at some point in the future. Now, if you'll excuse me, there's a lightsaber somewhere in this house that I really should get round to finding before the premiere of episode 7 comes out. I'll see you later.